Hey you guys, okay, so I am so excited to do this video today, you guys. I've had these hair extensions in for a month now and I am ready to give you guys a good video on it where I have had them long enough where I can actually share with you guys some good info, trial and error type stuff, pros and cons, and to share with you guys all the things that I was wanting to know and that I was looking for videos on when I got mine. I love that I'm just doing this video 100% just sharing my experience. You know, I'm not like representing a brand. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just wanting to share with you guys my real experience. And as always, I just think it's good if you kind of wait. I mean, of course, I could have done like a video, okay guys, I'm getting hair extension, I'm doing this, I'm doing that to get like views and just get stuff like that. But as with anything, I don't like to do that. I don't think that would have been helpful at all. I think what I would have shared maybe the first week is definitely not what I am sharing now because I've learned different things. And you know, I have to preface this by saying I am not an expert. I am not a hairstylist. I am not someone, you know, that has had them for a long time and is just saying, oh, they're great. You know, like I've never had hair extensions before. I had like little clip-in ones one time that like weren't even mine for like a photo shoot one day, and I took them out I think like, you know, 5 hours later. I never did a video, never really did anything with them. So you know, I want to tell you guys why I got them, how they feel, how you wash them. I'm gonna show you guys my hair wet and show you how they really look when they dry, when they air dry, when they're straight. And hopefully I'm gonna give you guys some good tips because I really do think that it's something that a lot of people are doing. It's something that's becoming a little more common. And honestly, I can see why. I mean, for me, when I got them, it wasn't a matter of, okay, I really want long hair. I can grow my hair long like I've never had that issue. You guys, even like years ago when I would have my hair long, if you look back at my Instagram, if you look back at videos, my hair when it's long does not look that much different than this, okay? I can grow my hair even longer than this. I've had my hair much longer than this. My hair now is probably about right here. So I didn't do it for length. I'm not trying to like say, oh, I have this like bob and I'm trying to get it really long. My hair is really blended throughout really well. It's not like this is all fake hair. It's really just kind of like half and half. So I think that helps. Really but my point is, the reason I got them is because I have fine straight hair, but I have a lot of it, as in I have like a lot on my head, you know? So that's good, but it's finer hair. So when I curl it, I can make the front of it look good, but then it's like the back of it is like just all pulled around. And I thought, wouldn't that be cool if I just had like full nice hair? And that's really what the extensions give me. I'll show you guys the back of it. It's really pretty from the back. I never feel self-conscious about like, oh, you can see them. They're installed, I think that's so funny. They're installed really well. I'll tell you guys that whole thing. Like literally, I'm gonna share with you guys everything. So that's why I did it. I can see myself, I don't know really where I'm gonna go from here, if I'm gonna keep doing it. My 7-week appointment is in a few weeks from now. You really need to go every like 6 to 8 weeks to get them, you know, moved up. Kind of like you would get a fill-in with your nails. You know, you can't let your nails keep growing out, which I don't do nails, but I'm just saying, you know, like it grows out. So you go and you have them removed and then they bump them back up, and I'll explain all that too. I'll talk about that if I'm gonna do it again and all that in a little bit, but I wanna kind of just touch on the actual hair. I'm gonna tell you guys the products that I use as well. So I did get the tape-in kind. The tape-in kind versus like, I mean, there's all kinds of different kinds you can get. I didn't want to just get like a piece that I could put in and then take out. I would feel like, to me, I get it, it's extensions, it's not your real hair. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, I love that they're mine. I don't feel like I'm like removing like my weave and like putting it on the counter at night, you know, like I feel like it's my hair and I like it, you know, it's comfortable. For me, my biggest thing was damage because I have good hair. I didn't want to wreck my hair. There's all kinds of different ways you can do it. There's people that like, you know, prefer different kinds for different things, people that only do a certain type or only do. I really talked to my hairstylist. I really trusted her. I did my own research as well. And we decided on the tape-ins. That's really what she likes with, like for damage and stuff like that. Basically the hair is in long, flat strips. And the piece at the top is very, very thin. Like if I really feel for them, I can feel them. They start about right here. You don't put them up too high because you don't want it, you know, obviously you can, you know, you don't want to see them through your head or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you can feel them. Most of them are in the back. I've never had like the bonded kind, which look like little beads, like ponytails. Like the bundle of hair, it comes to a little point. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like the big piece of hair. The tape-in ones is like a flat, I feel like it lays a little more natural. I feel like it doesn't show as much because it's flat, it's not in little bundles. I don't know, and the damage aspect of it and how you remove them and in how it weighs on your hair. I feel like the tape-in ones are more evenly distributed. You know, a big piece of hair is over a large, you know, like a flat piece that's attached to like just a few pieces of hair. They just sandwich it in and it sticks. There's no like heat, like frying it on or doing anything weird. You don't do anything like that, which I wasn't even sure how that worked. You literally just, you know, you stick them on and they are like, they're in there. Like I said, like I haven't had do anything weird. I mean, they're on there. Like I feel like when I go, I'll be interested to see like how they come off. But when you remove these, they actually like, if someone is removing it correctly, because I know there's people that probably just work them off or pull them, whatever, she dissolves the adhesive with something and you pull it off. And so you shouldn't be ripping hair. There should be no damage from the actual, like, you know, like the keratin ones, bonded ones, I've heard you have to like really like kind of mush them off and it can pull. And I feel like the weight of that hair extension or the weft or whatever you call it of hair is like on that little bead, so it can pull and it can maybe even pull your hair out. So I haven't experienced any of that. I mean, everything feels good. So that's great. I will update you guys when I go and have them removed and then put back. If I do put them back, I will talk about that. I want to get into the products. I want to get into the styling because I think that's what's most interesting here. But then at the end, I'll talk about the whole process, how I went in, how she did it. I will say she didn't just pick one color and put it in so that it looks like a big, like, you know, fake wig. It's literally all different colors. Like, well, that's my real hair, but, you know what I mean? I can't tell my real hair from the fake hair, and it's not even fake hair, it's natural hair. Also, you have to get a really good brand. Mine are by Halo Couture. You can look them up on Instagram. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I paid for my own hair. That's just the brand that she prefers using. And it's the Remy natural hair. It's very similar, but basically the same as like the Bellamy or whatever. The ends are just different. My hairstylist was showing me the difference, and though I believe she actually had some of those, and she was showing me how the ends of the Bellamy ones, because you buy them in whatever length you want, you know, so that you don't have to pay for extra hair. You don't need, I didn't buy like the long, super long ones. I bought ones that were really, I don't know what inch they were, but they were just slightly longer than this. And then, you know, she cut it in and kind of made them look nice. But when she put these in, they looked tapered already. They were beautiful. They just looked like real hair. And when you put in the other ones, they just look kind of blocky. You know what I mean? Like the ends are just very thick and a little fake looking, and you have to cut off more. These are kind of tapered down nicely, and the colorways they come in are really cool. So like with my hair, I'm darker at the top. Let me find one so I can like show you. So instead of it just being like stark like blonde from the top to the bottom, where if you moved your head you could see like this line of blonde, the top is dark to match your roots, and then it goes like just that much down into blonde. Not like an ombre effect, but just so it blends with your roots. They do have ombre ones, they have them on all different colors, but I do have a mix of really stark blonde ones, and I have a mix of the ones that have that root. So she kind of mixed it up a little. I'm gonna show you guys how I blow dry it and how I style it straight. Curling, I would say, is exactly like curling your hair normally. There's just more hair, and honestly, it's easier to make it look nicer, but I will still do a video on that. I just didn't want to mix it in with this. But yeah, curling, it's easy. And brush it, it's just like, it's so good, you guys. And this is an extension brush. I'll link to this if I can find it. Rhonda actually gave me this. But it looks like a paddle brush, but it doesn't have any beads on the end, and it has like some bristles of all different lengths and heights. And I'll show you more of that when I show you like how I style my hair. Into like styling in a minute, how I sleep on them and stuff. But talking about just how they feel, when I first got them, I was expecting them to feel almost like a little heavy. You know, when you first get your nails done, you know, for a while, you know, if you hadn't had them done in a while, they might be a little achy, or it might feel weird. If you have something weird done to your hair, it might feel a little sore. I didn't really experience that. From the jump, they were comfortable. Like when she was putting them in, I was like, wow, like that's better than I thought. I thought it was gonna pull. I thought it was gonna feel weird. When you install them, you don't put them like right at your scalp. You know, she was telling me she leaves just a little space because they have to move around, you know. That's a mistake I think a lot of people make if they're experiencing like some pain. But what I've noticed is as the month has gone on, as I have more space, you know, and they're free to move a little more, I have had a little more like, not pain by any means, but just kind of like, like I can feel them, or it pulls if you know, if I move them funny. But I can literally like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like they don't hurt, like I don't feel them. Like if I do that, of course I can feel them, but I'm not like, you know, it's not like, ooh, you know. Something else too, if I put it in a ponytail, you can't like pull it up on top of your head, because think like you've got, Even if you have like the beaded ones, if you pull those up, you can always see it looks like little, almost like greasy ponytails, you know? So I love that I can do a beautiful, like, this is what I like to do. I do kind of like a really pretty, ow, that hurt, like low ponytail, not even low, like here, you know, like kind of in the middle. So I love that, but I will say the days that I wear my hair like that, by the end of the day, I'm kind of like, ugh, you know, like, cause it's been pulled back and they're just not laying flat. They're kind of like pulled in a weird way, and it doesn't hurt when I'm wearing the ponytail, but I take it out at night, I'm kind of like, ooh. Okay, so let's get into a little more of this kind of stuff. Styling and whatnot. Okay, so let's get into washing them, styling them, all that good stuff. I did mention ponytails really quick. Let me show you. This is just, these are the same hair things that I always used. I'll link to these. They're great. I get them on Etsy from a really good seller, and they're just my favorite. They wrap just the right amount of times. The material feels good, and I use them on Olivia's hair too. So, and then at night when I sleep, I just kind of do it exactly like this in a low braid. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but you know, just put it in a low braid, put the ponytail in. Sometimes I do it like really high up, just to keep it from like knotting around and scrubbing around on your pillow. I do swear by my slip pillowcases. Those are life-changing. I love those. I have one for Olivia. Like, we all sleep on a slip pillowcase. I love it. I can tell a huge difference when I use that, so that's how I do that at night. But as far as washing and everything, I try to wash on the third day. Sometimes every other day if I'm going somewhere or I'm doing something, or I just feel like, but most of the time I don't feel like I need it. I'll use a little bit of dry shampoo. Really, I just use it here. I don't ever spray it up. I mean, I don't need it really anywhere else. Sometimes a little, you know, here or something. But today is my second day and I didn't really need any. Probably tomorrow, I might wash it tomorrow, I might wash it the next day. I put it in a nice shower cap every night before I take a shower, and then on the days that I am gonna wash it, I wash it in the morning. And what I do, and I'm gonna show you guys right now, I think it's really important to use a good towel that you can kind of just like flip up on your shoulders. You don't wanna obviously flip your head over and do any of that, but you wanna leave this for a little bit, and then when you do take it off, just very like blot the ends, no rubbing or anything. And then I'll get back into this in a sec. I use these shampoos, the Armco Bellaire Smoothing Shampoo. I had used these for years before starting the Monat a year ago, and the reason I'm not using Monat is because Monat is great on natural hair. Obviously, this is natural hair, but it's not attached to your scalp, so it's not getting your oils. It needs to keep that protective layer that it has on it, and Monat is made to remove buildup. It's made to remove all those things. It's made to not coat your hair with silicones and things that you may not need on your natural hair. With extensions, you get what you pay for. Be very wary if someone's only gonna charge you a couple $100 to buy the hair. I mean, you wanna buy nice hair, and I'll talk about that and how long it lasts and all that in a second. It's not hair attached to your head that's getting the oils and the good like protective things from your scalp and the good like conditioning that you need. Something that's really gonna kind of protect them from heat. I would say it's not gonna like damage them or make them crazy or anything. I think that you could use the smoothing. However, the smoothing shampoo from Monat doesn't lather a whole lot. And with me, with extensions, you really need to clean your scalp and have a really good lather in the areas that you need it. But you need to have it be very nourishing for the areas, you know, like at the ends where you're not like just, you know, you don't do that or anything. You just kind of run the shampoo through. But this is very good. It's the Armco Bellaire Smoothing Shampoo and Conditioner. I would say this is like holy grail for extensions. It makes your hair look so good. You will see what mine look like straight. I have this little thing so my light will stay on. When you wash it, I forgot to mention, like obviously you can get in here, there's no extensions up here. But when you get like around to the side and you know you're feeling like in between the extensions, you can wash, you know, right over them, and then take your fingers and you can kind of just like, get right around them. It's no big deal. You can wash your scalp just as well, but totally fine. You can scrub around them. I mean, they are there, like they are not going anywhere. You just don't want to get conditioner too close to them because you don't want to cause them, my hairstylist was saying, to slip or to like, you know, for it to soften the adhesive or anything. I've never had that issue. And sometimes I feel like I have gotten the conditioner a little close, especially in the back, and it's never been an issue. You'll see in a second what mine look like straight. Just, I mean, it's so good. It really is because of this. So I really love that. And then occasionally, maybe every other time, every few shampoos, I'll use this. I just found this at Target. It's the Kerastase Resistance Mask. I'll link to all of this. I was there, you know, like in the first like a week or so of getting these, and I was like, I really need a deep conditioner. And so I grabbed this one and I love it. So really good. So back to styling them. let them sit in a towel for just a little, you know, just a few minutes, whatever, get the water out, kind of like, you know, kind of dab the ends to get the water out. I only use one styling product, y'all, and it is not a big deal at all. It's like so easy. I don't want to put a million different things on them. This is such a good all-in-one thing. If you've got extensions, it's the Aveda Damage Remedy. It's kind of like a thinner styling product, you know, it's not like a heavy cream, but you can put this all through your hair, all through the ends. It provides a good slip for detangling, and it also gives you such amazing heat protection, smoothing. It smells really good, like an Aveda product, but anyways, I still use the same thing, the Tangle Teaser, and it's kind of the same as the extension brush that I have where it's all like different lengths. So yeah, you can do that and get the tangles out, and then I let it air dry while I do my makeup. Like I said, when I wash my hair, I do it in the morning. So get out of the shower, let it in the towel for a few minutes, put this in, comb it out, and start doing your makeup. Now, as it starts drying, or you know, you get a little more dry as the, like, you know, 10-15 minutes goes on, take your brush and just, you know, kind of smooth it out a little bit. It'll help them dry so much nicer. So just kind of comb it out every, you know, every like 10 minutes or so. Sometimes I'll go downstairs and make breakfast, and I'll just kind of like chill out, you know, as I'm letting it air dry a little. Take your hair dryer and hit it with a little bit of heat. Medium heat setting. Don't do it super hot. You don't need that. But the thing is, you don't want to just spend unnecessary time with your blow dryer because it's thicker than your normal hair. It's not gonna dry, you know, as fast as your normal hair does. Even though it's natural, nice hair, there's just more of it, and it's a little thicker in the back. So that back there is always like the tough spot to get dry. And you'll see that what I'm doing is I'm just kind of using my fingers. I don't use any brushes or anything back there yet. And I just keep parting it and kind of like pulling it to the side, and just so that all the air can get in there. And then I do it a little more. So it's mostly my fingers I'm using to style. So kind of interesting. This is like no flat iron. Haven't even like done it with a brush or anything yet, like drying it. And you can kind of see like how naturally, I mean, I did use the hairdryer, but you saw even before, they're not like, I thought they were gonna be really wavy and frizzy. I guess if you didn't touch it with anything and maybe you didn't brush them out a lot, they probably would dry like that. But I am a straight hair, I've had straight hair my whole life, so I only really know how to style that. So that was the only thing that made me, that was one of the things that made me kind of nervous, is I thought, well, you know, I don't want to be like straightening the extensions and having to do that. So no, they look really good. So still a little damp, and I'm not finished yet. I just wanted to kind of say that. So when it gets almost, you know, a little more dry, but I kind of smooth it a little with the brush. And that's basically what I'm doing right here. Literally for like 30 seconds I do this. Like so light, you know, medium heat, just very simple, no big deal. Okay, so still very damp in the back, but you can't tell. I mean, it looks good, right? So super easy. It's very low fuss. So just go about your day. I mean, you could curl it later that night. I mean, I could probably curl it tonight. I could curl it tomorrow. I could even blow dry it a little more and curl it right now if I wanted to. But this is how they look straight. So don't be afraid and think you have to curl them all the time either, because I ain't got time to always do that. So I really like that. I can even take my time iron, which, like I said, I don't really use a flat iron, but if I ever just thought, okay, I'm gonna wear it straight and it's gonna be, you know, cute, straight, whatever, just like crashed under the door. I can take my time iron and use it as a straightener and just go like this on the lowest heat, just doop, 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 you know, and just make it look sleek on the ends. So easy, anybody can do that, just simple. But this totally works, and I really like, I love wearing it straight. I love when it's clean, it just feels so good. You can see just how straight and pretty it is, and I never curl it on the first day. I always love to let it kind of just relax. And you know, when you first dry your hair, even like my natural hair, it's a little poofy, you know, not poofy, but you know, it has to die down and get a little smooth. And when I did my fall decor video, I washed my hair that morning and then I curled it, and I felt like it looked a little poofy. So you see how it just, I don't know, today it looks so much better, but I always say don't curl your hair on the first day. I don't like to do that because you're gonna have a little bit of dampness. I totally love my hair the first day because it's so smooth and pretty, and I just really like wearing it like that. Occasionally I do this. I don't do this all the time, but you can also add some oil to it after it's dry. the Oblifica, I don't know how to pronounce it, the Sea Berry Hair Serum smells amazing. I really love that. I just apply it to the ends. Or the Aveda Dry Remedy Daily Moisturizing Oil is really, really good too. Both of those are light enough to where they're not like super greasy, you know, if you use the right amount, but they're nice. Occasionally I use those. Definitely don't use those right before you put a curling iron or something on it, because the oil is not good for like heat protectant or something like that. You definitely don't want to do that. It'll just like fry onto your hair. But so yeah, sometimes on the straight hair days, I'll put that in. And then by the next day, when I did today, when I'm ready to curl my hair, you know, all the water's evaporated, your hair's nice and dry, and it might have a little bend to it from sleeping in the braid, but then it just curls right out. And I've been using this. This is the 1.25 inch. I do have a new curling iron coming that I cannot wait to try soon, because I've always bought these, but we'll talk. I haven't been using my time iron as much, other than if I'm just gonna use it, you know, just to straighten the ends, which you can totally do. I don't do that a lot of the time. I feel like sometimes if I do that, it looks too slick and too like straight at the ends, and then it just looks like fake hair. I kind of just like it to look like real, I mean, it is real hair, but you know what I mean. I don't like it to look, sometimes I'll do that, but I've had it for a month and they look really healthy and they look really nice, so I just feel like I haven't needed that. Here's what the back looks like, because I'm like brushing, I'll kind of show you, but it just feels nice to have all that thick hair around back. So yeah, but on that first day, you know, I'll wear it straight and I'll kind of like embrace that. By the second day, I'm ready to curl it, and then I'll have like really pretty curls, you know, the second day, which is today, and then, you know, the next day, and then maybe tomorrow I might put some dry shampoo into it. And sometimes I'll do this, like where I just take the bangs and pull them back. And of course, like I said, like there's no extensions anywhere near the top of your head, so you can't see. And then I just kind of do that. And that's nice, especially like if your bangs from the front, which is your real hair, sometimes that gets more oily, or they can look a little separate than, because this hair does not get oily. You know what I mean? Well, this is my real hair, hold on. You know what I mean? It doesn't get oily, so it can look different. So if you kind of use some dry shampoo, maybe like on your second or third day, and you're kind of like, I don't know, and then you pull it back, this is kind of cute, and you can do that, and that's easy. Let me talk about the process and everything, and what I'm thinking if I'm going to continue this. So when you do this, you're gonna be investing some money if you want them to look good. Don't get caught up in, oh, this is only gonna be a couple $100, this is great. Your hair is your hair, and if you buy cheap extensions, they're gonna look like cheap extensions. And I hate to tell you that, but you just have to be prepared to like invest some money into it. I just think even if you spend like not that much money and you think you've gotten a great deal, you're not gonna be happy with them over the long term, so you're really not even gonna get the good out of them, and that's just money wasted. I'd rather spend more money and be happy with them, be able to stretch them out longer. Do you know what I'm saying? So do your research on that. Go to someone reputable, talk to friends, find someone that's knowledgeable, that knows what they're doing, that you trust. And then be prepared to spend some money. Like I said, you know, you want to get the ones that are obviously like natural hair. You want them to look like your hair. The truth tell, I think like when they're straight, when you saw mine straight, they just look like hair. It looks like thicker hair. It might look a little different than my normal hair because it's a lot more of it, but the texture is pretty similar. You know, it doesn't look like shiny, like fake synthetic hair. It's real hair, but then you also want to get the kind that's like the Remy or whatever, which don't quote me on this, but I believe it has something to do with like how they lay the hair together. It's like the cuticles are all the same directions or something. I don't know. You know, just do your research and do that, whatever. A brand that has a ton of colors to choose from. I was in shock. Like when I went for my consultation, I'm gonna get into, so I guess this kind of rolls into like how they apply them and stuff. Obviously your hair place that you go to, your hairstylist, is not gonna have tens of thousands of dollars worth of hair just ready to go. You know what I mean? Like you go, you have your consultation, they have all of the samples and the pieces that they can really match you up with. They figure out how many you need, and then they'll order them. You'll put your deposit down, or you'll pay for the hair, however they handle it. And then when the hair comes in, you come back and you get them put in. Like I said, she picked a lot of different colors. Yeah, when you buy that, and especially if you want it to be like mine, like I wanted mine to look natural, so she did buy some different boxes of hair. So I ended up having some left over. That was totally worth it for me, because I wanted it to look, like I said, I wanted it to look like real hair. And I think she got like 3 different types, like I said, like different colors, or ones that looked a little different, like the rooted ones, or the ones that were like solid blonde, or the ones that was a mix of the two. So keep that in mind. You might not want to go for all one color, unless if you've just got like very dark hair, or just very one tone hair, one like color. Then you go back when you get them done, and I went ahead and had my color done that day. Then they, you know, you sit down, she puts them in, everything. She had an assistant that was helping her, you know, like get them ready and hand them to her, and it went so fast. She was just like, do. Not like crazy, I mean, it went a lot faster than I thought. And she got them in, and it was like, wow. Like, I remember feeling it, and the first time you feel it, it's the craziest thing. They don't feel heavy when they're wet. I thought I was gonna be like, you know, like super, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like they're pulling. Unless if, like I said, now that they're a little more grown out and they can move around a little, they definitely aren't where they could ever flip, because, I mean, that would be impossible. Like, they're still, I mean, maybe if I let them go for like maybe another month or two, but I mean, you couldn't do that anyways. But yeah, I mean, but as far as they move back and forth. So sometimes, you know, it might pull this way, or I don't know, but it's not like crazy. But you do feel them a little more, but they're not like weighing you down. I also don't have a crazy amount of them. For one, like I said, my hair blends really well with it because my hair is probably this length anyways. So it's not like I have a bob and they had to put so much to where every bit of this is fake. This is probably like 50-50. Do you know what I'm saying? If that. But I didn't need like a ton of hair. To me, it looks like a lot. Like, I didn't want it to look like big, fake extension-y hair, which there are beautiful places and beautiful accounts that I follow that do that kind of thing. But we always hear people talking about them that have that, and they're like, oh, I don't leave them in all the time. They like take them out, or oh, I'm taking my extensions out. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, just keep them comfortable. I don't know. Then again, I'm kind of thinking, am I gonna keep them? I don't know. We'll talk. So then you go back, I think she said like every 6 to 8 weeks, so she scheduled me at the 7th week, and I'm not gonna do my color again because I just don't bleach my hair that often. But you know, she'll take them out, she'll put them back to exactly where they were. But she was saying that she doesn't just take them out and then replace them on that same piece of hair, you know? She might give that section of hair a break and just barely she was showing me on someone else, like just do like a hairline, just do like just very, like just a strand above, you know, where you can't even tell, and put it on like a new little section. It's not on a big section, it's just, it's stuck to a very small section of hair. Like, you wouldn't even know. Like, when you feel it, it's just crazy. So that kind of helps with the damage. So go to someone that has those thoughts as well, that cares about your hair, that maybe sees you. Maybe, like, hopefully it's your regular hairstylist that can do them, because I think they'll be a little more, like, I don't want to say careful with you, but like, it's not like you're just going to some like random place. You know what I'm saying? Like, she cares about like the health of my hair and keeping it healthy, and I think that's important. So your first initial like huge investment is the hair. But then when you go back every, like I said, 6 to 8 weeks to get them kind of removed and replaced or bumped up or whatever, which I believe they put like they have like little strips of new adhesive, whatever they have to do. They'll probably just charge you whatever they do, like by the hour or whatever, just like you're going in for a service or whatever. I don't know how long that's gonna take because I've never had that done before, so that's gonna be interesting, and I'll kind of update you guys after I do that. But then your hair itself, don't quote me on this because I don't remember exactly what she said, but I think she said it could last like about 8 months, 6 to 8 months. You could probably stretch it out even longer. So then you have to like buy new hair, and that's like the big investment all over again. So that's if you wear it like solid over that time. I have a very good hair texture. I don't feel like I have to straighten my natural hair. I don't straighten the extensions. They're good quality. I don't feel like I'm having to do that. I don't use a lot of heat other than just doing a curling iron on a lower setting, and I'm not doing that like all the time. Maybe like once a week I curl my hair. Sometimes I just don't even curl it at all. Like, I just like it wavy from the braid and it's just pretty, so I just don't do all that. Might curl it twice a week at the most, but I don't feel like that's like super crazy damaging. I'm not using like a ton of heat from a hair dryer or using like a round brush, like pulling at it. So hopefully mine will last a little longer. Hopefully I can take care of them and, you know, keep them healthy. I think that their lifespan of the actual hair actually depends a lot on you and how you treat them, what products you're using on them, how you're styling them. Might have never felt dry. They felt really healthy and nice. So I feel like that's good after a month. I don't know. I mean, then of course, just cutting down on the blow dry time as much as possible. Having to wake up early and go to work, and you're like, well, I don't have all day, you know, to get ready and then just hang out and, you know, just do things around here and there. Like, no, I do that in the morning. I get ready, and then like we'll go to the store. Like, I'll go anywhere with them like that, and they don't look wet. They're just barely, you can't even see it under there, so you're fine. The way that I'm gonna show you how to do, that I showed you how to do it, it's good. So one more thing, whether I'm gonna keep them or not. Okay, I don't know. It's crazy. It's the weirdest thing. I love the way that they look. I love that. I do. I love the way that they look. And I will say it kind of ruins you because I know that when she takes them out, it's going to make my real hair feel dinky and then I'll have to get used to that all over again. But some part of me, sometimes I'm just like, you know, I just want my, you know, it would be nice just to have my natural hair and just to be able to wash it and, you know, be able to like get in there and like scrub it and do whatever. But then the only time I really think about that is when I first take a ponytail out and it's like feeling weird. I'm like, oh, you know, this is driving me nuts. But like right now, they're comfortable. Like I don't feel them, you know, like the day that you wash them or the day after, you know, they feel good. And so, and they look nice and I love the way that they look. And then I get into, oh, well, I'll just keep doing these forever. It's so great. Like, why not? But then sometimes I'm like, I kind of just want my natural hair back. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I think when I go to have them done, unless there's something just happens before then and I'm like, I just want them out, which I don't know. It's just weird. Like I love them. I feel like they're the best they could possibly be. I have zero complaints about them. I would not change a single thing, but having that extra thickness is so nice. They look good. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can see why people get them and they take them out and they get them and they take them out. It's very strange. It's like I really love them. I love the way they look, but part of me is just like, I don't know, maybe I just want to go back to like my normal hair, which honestly doesn't look like different. It's not like I've got a bob and when you take it out, it's gonna be like, whoa, like I just don't feel like it's that much of a crazy change, especially like give it another couple months for me, my hair will be this long anyways. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. My issue is not the length. I just really love the feeling and the look of having all that hair in the back and, you know, just the feeling of all that. But I don't know what I'm gonna do, you guys. I don't know, but I will keep you updated for sure. I will link to everything that I talked about. I will link to my hairstylist, Rhonda, if you're kind of like in the northern, like Atlanta area. Definitely check her out. Love her so much. So yeah, you guys, that's it. And I will do a video on curling them at some point. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know it's probably really long, but I covered, I think, pretty much everything that you could cover. So I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with me talking hair today as much as I did. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Love y'all so much. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye, guys.